Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Now that we're finally starting to see some warmer weather, I thought it might be a good time for me to review Bianca Pura by the Dua brand. Of course, this is their take on Creed's Pure White Cologne. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my fragrance review of Bianca Pura by Dua Fragrances, which is their inspired expression of Creed's Pure White Cologne, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like fragrance reviews just like this, but also top 10 videos, giveaways, unboxings, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button down below. And also while you're at it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would mean a lot to me. So this is their version of Creed's Pure White Cologne, which is a fragrance that I always wanted to purchase. I never really got around to it, but I think it's such a unique blend of notes. So it has pear, it has musk, neroli, pomelo, a lot of citrus in here as well, a little bit of bergamot, some lemon, and I think it's a very clean sort of a fragrance that gives off these citrusy nuances in the opening, but it also has a touch of sweetness on account of that pear note that's in here, and a little powdery as well, and I'm guessing that's a combination of that rice note, which is kind of giving this starchy vibe to the composition, but then you also have that clean musk in the base that I think makes this such an amazing fragrance for the hotter weather, summertime especially. I also have to admit, I think this is probably my most worn Dua. If you take a look at how much of this I've actually worn, I wore maybe 60% of it. So I actually brought this with me on a couple of cruises in previous years. And as you can see, this is one of the old gen bottles by Dua, not as tall and elongated as their more recent ones. And for that reason, I also don't have a box for it. But in any case, the scent is what matters. I'm excited to tell you more about the smell and how it evolves on my skin. Let's take a quick look at the presentation. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you kind of have that powdery sweetness from the pear, but this is not a sweet fragrance by any sense of the word. It's not a gourmand perfume. It's kind of like an aromatic citrus fragrance with almost some aquatic tendencies in there. Now, of course, when you think about the cologne genre, especially given the name of this fragrance or the original Pure White Cologne, you're gonna have something that is pure, clean, serene, but cologne also sort of denotes that it's going to have citrus in it. And so you do get a lot of citrus. You have this medley of citrus fruits. So you have the bergamot, the lemon, the pomelo, the neroli, and it opens up with this powdery neroli vibe that is very distant to Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford or 4711 or one of these other neroli dominant fragrances, because this fragrance has this starchy and powdery quality about it, which I think is really interesting. And that quality is something that I've encountered in one other fragrance, which is Je ne sais quoi by Theo Cabanel. And that's a very unique fragrance, although that one goes in a much different direction. Very different note breakdown in there. But this one has that clean property that lasts through and through this entire blend. And I would say in terms of the citrus ingredients, the neroli really dominates on my skin and in this particular composition. So it opens up with this bright, powerful yet slightly powdery neroli, and it has a touch of sweetness on account of the pear, and it very quickly evolves into this musk perfume with a lot of really clean musk ingredients in the base that I think also contribute to the long lastingness of the fragrance. In terms of a summer-driven composition, I really do feel like now is the perfect time to wear this one. That's one of the reasons why I always bring this one with me when I am going on vacation, because it's a Swiss Army knife. It's incredibly versatile. It's very easy to wear, very easy to pull off. In terms of it being a neroli offering, I like that it has a lot of diversity in the note breakdown. So it's not exclusively about the neroli, but you do have the musks and the woods and some other things sort of happening in the core and in the base of the perfume to really set it apart from the other more linear citrus fragrances on the market, I think. And so I really appreciate this one for the uniqueness and also for the diversity of the notes that is found in here. And I also love the original Pure White cologne. And to be honest with you, I think they got it like 95% close. I've actually smelled Pure White cologne on somebody else. So they were wearing the original, not the Duo version, but it immediately reminded me of the Duo version, which is the only one that I own. I don't have the Creed counterpart. So I think that that pretty much goes to show you that if I made that mental connection right away, it does smell very similar to the original. And also I've had samples of the original in the past, official samples, and I can attest that this one is very, very close. Perfect for casual wear, perfect for this time of the year. I hope you get a chance to sample it soon if you have the opportunity. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, of course, this is not a unique fragrance because it is a clone or an inspired expression of another more popular fragrance, which happens to be quite expensive. And so this is going to be the most inexpensive alternative that you're going to find on the market for that particular fragrance. In terms of the overall smell, very pleasant. Everyone will love this one on you. It's just very carefree, very easy to wear, clean, musky, citrusy, all good things, right? In terms of the longevity on this one, you can expect about 7 to 8 hours, which is above average for a citrus fragrance. Of course, this is concentrated at Extrait de Parfum strength, so it is going to get you very good longevity. Projection is fantastic for the first 2 hours. That's when it radiated beyond an arm's length, but it didn't start to sit closer to the skin until about that 6.5 hour mark. So the performance through and through is actually really good. In terms of the versatility, I do find this to be a unisex fragrance. I think this one can be worn by somebody who's younger and also somebody who's a little bit older as well. There is an air of formality about it, but I personally like to wear this one casually, and I do think that this one will really shine in the hotter weather. So maybe like a warm fall day or something like that. Definitely the summertime is the perfect time to wear this one. And in terms of the presentation, I like the white design on the bottle. I think it kind of conveys the cleanliness and the purity of the composition. So my final verdict on this fragrance is, if you are a fan of Creed's Pure White cologne, but you just can't see yourself paying that much money for a bottle, because you know Creed fragrances are quite pricey, despite the fact that I own like 20 of them. I do think that they're pretty expensive. So I think this is a fantastic alternative. Now is the best time of the year to wear this one. So I really hope you have an opportunity to check this one out. That was my fragrance review of Bianca Pura by the Duo brand, which is their take on Creed's Pure White cologne. If you own or have tried this fragrance or the original, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. I always love the interaction. Also, please don't forget to support this channel. If you are new to this channel and you took something of value from this video, all I ask is that you subscribe to it. 62% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so that's why I keep saying it. Please, it would mean so much to me. And also, while you're at it, give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.